Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, today was a huge penalty day for NASCAR coming out of Phoenix. We had the 4 Hendrick cars that had the louvers confiscated by NASCAR on Friday night. Those penalties came out: 100 points, owner driver, $100,000 crew chief fine, crew chief suspended 4 races. Check out the Hendrick video about just Hendrick Motorsports video I did on that. Also hit was Colic Racing's number 31, Justin Haley, crew chief Trent Owens. So crew chief Trent Owens suspended 4 races, fined $100,000. Colic's number 31 and Justin Haley both stripped of 100 owner points, 100 driver points, and 10 playoff points. Now, a lot of people think 100 points with the reset and wins and all that doesn't matter. Well, here's how it mattered if you based on last year's point standings. Of course, right now, Justin Haley currently is minus 40 points. He's going to race 2 races and still be negative points. But based on last year, he had 699 points over the entire season of last year. He was 22nd in points. Minus 100 points would have dropped him to 24th. So those 2 positions did cost Colic Racing more than the $100,000 because of the way the points and stuff run. Chris Rice put out that little video out earlier on social media. They'll have more information tomorrow on it. So if I feel it's something that really need to comment on, I'll definitely do a video about it. Or definitely call into TMD in the morning, and then the Speedway tomorrow night, Dr. Dave Moody, and in the morning, Mike Bagley and Kelly Crandall. Also, Eric Almirola lost a wheel. We know it's a 2-lap in-race penalty. Crew members Ryan Mulder and Sean Cotton both suspended for 2 races. I think it's Tire Changer and Jackman. I know a lot of people's like, well, this happened. No, the wheel wasn't tight, which caused the wheel to move, which caused one of the bolts in the front suspension caught the inside of the rim, which broke the rim. NASCAR has video proof, they said, and when the car came in, there was no nut on it. That was kind of the big thing there when the car comes in with no wheel on it, and they didn't have to take the nut off. The nut wasn't there. There was nothing there. Yeah, that's kind of a sign that the wheel came completely off and it was an issue. It wasn't what it sounds like. It wasn't tight. It moved. It caught the bolt underneath, cracked the, beating on the rim constantly, cracked the rim, broke the rim. The wheel nut came off. The wheel come off. Tire exploded. And the rest is history. 2-lap in-race penalty. The loss of 2 crew members for 2 races. And then the last and final penalty, one Denny Hamlin. So, and I've actually done a video about this. You can go look it up. Ross Chastain versus Denny Hamlin, Season 2, Episode 2. We know Denny went high. As he said in this podcast, he has on 2 tires. He knew he was going to go backwards. They said 1 high. They knew the 1 was on the outside. He said he let go of the steering wheel, and what happened. He walled him. Payback. NASCAR, even Ellen Sawyer on TMD on Tuesday morning, because Tuesday takeaway, and because the podcast was on Monday, he said that they weren't even looking at this incident until they were made aware of what Denny said in the podcast. Apparently they listened to the podcast at that point, made their decision, something needs to be done. I'm sorry. No offense, Denny Hamlin, but you can't basically go to NASCAR and go to NASCAR, give them the middle finger, and because what happens is 25-point penalty and $50,000 later, NASCAR gets their point across. Now, we know Denny Hamlin is a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit starter maybe is a good word to look for there. He tweets out today. Let me pull his tweet up here. Thought I retweeted it. Let me pull it up. I won't be making an appeal to NASCAR. However, I'll be making an appeal to the people. I'll see you next Monday. Hashtag ADDH. Yeah. Denny's podcast on Dirty Mom Media, you know Mike Davis is going, I told you something like this was going to happen, but this is awesome. So that's going to be the most listened to podcast in the history of podcasts, because you know everyone's going to tune in. Oh my God, what's Denny Hamlin going to say about it? I'm good with these drivers being themselves. Kyle Busch is a cocky, arrogant. Joey Logano in the car is a cocky, arrogant. You can have personality and not wave your middle finger at the sanctioning body. You don't have to be buttoned up and can't say anything because you don't want to get fined. I think if Denny would have waited a couple of weeks, maybe a week or two, and did his podcast, you know, maybe, see here. Today is the 15th. So he did his podcast on the 13th. If you would have done it the 20th, maybe the 27th, let a couple races in between, and said, hey, you know, back at Phoenix, yeah, when I did the Ross, yeah, I did that on purpose. More than likely, I don't think NASCAR would have went back and tried to penalize him for it. I think they would have said, dude, just don't do that. But yet, he does it 24 hours later. Please have personality. Please say what you guys are thinking. I want to know some of this stuff. Do it within reason. Come on, 24 hours. But anyway, so $50,000, 25 points. He will not appeal. Now, 25 points. Some people's like, that's nothing. That would have dropped him in points last year during the regular season. At the end of the regular season, 15th to 17th. With the reset and the playoff points, wouldn't have done anything to him. I think this should have been 5 playoff points as well. But I think this is enough so you can't really wag your middle finger at NASCAR and the sanctioning body without some type of ramification. But those are the rest of the penalties from Phoenix. So, new week, let's get to Atlanta and let's get these 3 races, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup. Get those buttoned up this weekend. Previews will be up probably tomorrow evening, early Friday morning. Tomorrow morning, first thing, we'll have the NCAA College Football Round 1 up. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.